do this. Welcome to Hardcore Enduro, where it's all about getting out and riding the hard stuff. I'm George, the guy behind the bars and the voice behind the mic. We got a good one for y'all today. We're up in Northern California, just above Lake Oroville. Got invited to come up here by some folks that I've met racing through the US Hard Enduro series. If you remember, Cole Clarkson, who rides the youth class, got invited by his dad up here, Vince. So I'm out riding today with Vince and Cole. I think Cole's in the lead right now. Vince coming up behind me. But I was talking to Vince in one of the races, and he invited me up here. And then when I hit him up, I said, hey, I need to get some hard enduro training in with some granite slabs, some rock faces, and just some more hard style trails. Something similar to what Donner has. Donner, you know, is high in altitude, and then it's on that ski resort. It's got a lot of woods, a lot of fallen logs, fallen trees, creeks to go through, and of course it's got the infamous granite slab sections that the spectators come to watch everyone crash their bikes on. So Vince said they had some of that up here, so I was pretty excited to come up here and ride with, also ride with some riders that kind of almost at the same level. I think Cole is above my level, Vince too, and it kind of helps me push myself, and especially on the endurance side. They're pushing me on the endurance, yeah. No warm up, they're right into it. They've been riding pretty far every weekend. I did ride pretty far and hard on the Upper Rincon last weekend. That was a 6-hour ride for me, which I was really beat at the end of that. But, you know, when I ride solo, I ride a little bit slower, take more rest breaks, and just don't keep up the pace. Just, you know, you got to be a little bit safer when you ride solo. You can't put yourself in a bad spot. Whereas you right here get to ride with some buddies here. We're all kind of about the same speed, so we can keep this trail kind of flowing nice and keep the pace up, which is good for the racing. You know, when you're racing, you got to keep that pace up. That is half the battle. Just keep putting the miles down on the bike. Now, I've done Donner a couple times, and I know I can get through the obstacles. I'm on the B course, so I'm not doing any of the pro splits. So I know I can get through it. I just gotta limit my rest stops. You know, I pull over and have my 5-minute breaks here and there to catch my breath. That really holds me back quite a bit. There's a nice little downhill through here. Cole went to that right line. I came and swung wide on this left line here. Little ruts through here. It is kind of burned in pretty good. I'd say it's not a heavily traveled area, but there's definitely riders coming through here every weekend, which does make the trails a little dusty. Now Cole and Vince, they're on their intercom system. They use Sedona, and then I have my Pack Talk from Cardo, and I think I'm remembering that the Cardo Generation 2 is be able to cross platforms, so I don't know if it's able to sync up with them or not. I didn't have a chance to try it out. It would have been nice because Cole's right there in the right. I almost blow right past him. All right, we got a nice uphill climb right now, bobbing, weaving through the trees, and then it's going to get a couple really steep rock slabs right there to get up. A lot of pine needles everywhere. Those pine needles are slippery as hell sometimes. See later in the video, they're going to get me a couple times. The rear tire I'm running is still that Battlecross, the E50. And knobs are starting to get worn down. It cracked me up. So Cole, there's Cole right there. He's running, I think, a JX8, and his knobs, they're almost all the way gone. And he reverses his tires, so he's wearing down that knob in both directions. But you know, these gummy tires, they really just continue to get excellent traction. They just keep putting out. You know, you think you're gonna put one out to pasture, turn it into hamburger, but they just keep on grabbing, and you're like, well, I'll just ride a little bit more. I'm just gonna keep using this tire until it disintegrates on my rim. When the tire just disintegrates and falls off on its own, that's when I know I need to put a new tire on. Now, we're not out in Jawbone. If we're in Jawbone, the really sandy hills in Jawbone, these tires aren't going to grab, so it's just different riding. But for right here, this kind of riding here, we got some intermix of granite slab where you don't have any just massive monster hill climb. You know, these tires do great. Now, there was a couple of hill climbs here that did get me, that were soft in the pine needles, and when we kind of went off the beaten path a little bit, that a bigger knob tire would have helped. But you know, a lot of it is run up and momentum with shorter hill climbs. And just your skill level, knowing how to ride. I need to up my skill level. That's just what I need to do. I'm chasing Cole though, and it's funny going through. This trail is so twisty. I don't do that good through the twisties, y'all. I have the bigger bike, and she just doesn't turn as nimble as I'd like her to. But the dust that Cole's putting down through his bike there, it's a little misleading. I'd be going and I'd see the dust wafting or just hanging in the air, and I'd think maybe I go left. Oh, here's a little steep drop down. A couple of those are mixed in. I just had to keep my head on the swivel. See if you guys catch this one. I only caught this because I was watching the video right here. There's a little sign on this tree on the right. Right there, bam, it says Leaping Gnome. Who takes the time to come out here and write a little sign, put it and hang it up on a tree right there, you know? It cracks me up. Reminds me of what I want to do. I got to get a little like mount that I can carry a little ammo can on top of my fender there. And whenever I do a ride now, I want to place these ammo cans. Oh, there's another real steep face drop down right there. But place these ammo cans out, hide them on the trail like little Easter eggs, and think about like just put some stickers in there, having a sign-in book or you know something like that. I thought it'd be fun adding like a little treasure hunt for y'all, or for whoever comes out here. It's like you know just a little treasure hunt. I think it's fun. I love that kind of stuff. Where's this trail going? Gotta find it. Losing the dust. Cole, he's setting a pretty good pace here. I'm losing his dust. Of course, he's ridden here many times. There's a little bit of a home field advantage. Real steep drop down through here. Just gotta let Trixie roll. Come on, George, let it roll. Still tight through these trees. You do have that little rut in the trail there that can grab your tire left and right.
I suck at the twisties here.
Yeah, you just suck at the twisties. That's what's going on. I'm trying to make excuses of why I can't keep up with Cole, but he's just so good. Fearless. There's a little one here that really not so steep. I was getting most of these, so I just was like, oh yeah, there's no problem. I get a ton of traction as soon as I get on the slab. Well, that had a little bit of gravel on top, but Trixie still climbed up pretty good right there. This next one that's gonna come up is a little bit steeper, and it's got some pine needles on it, and I just don't carry in enough momentum. Here it is. And I get to the left in the soft stuff and I get off, back in, starts digging out. I'm like, I'm not getting no traction. I should have came right. You can see the open granite on the right. See it right there? Get into that. So I come right that time, get a lot more traction. But I didn't carry enough speed. Got to come in with a little bit more gusto. Vince had a good quote, so I'll just quote what he said. If you put in 80% of the effort, you're going to make it 80% of the way. So he kept telling Cole that on some of the harder stuff that we'll hit later on. And that makes sense. You know, I like that saying. If you want to make it 100% of the way, well, you should put in 100% of the effort. If you come in, for me, it's usually 50%, maybe 40% of the way, and then I only make it 40%. So I got to start giving it 100%. I'm going to think about that. Vince, you're going to be in my head now. I got Rich inside my head, and now Vince is going to be inside my head. Got to get 100%. You know, I've been watching a really good interview just happened with Billy Bolt. You know, they just had Erzberg. If you guys didn't watch Erzberg, go watch it on the Red Bull TV stream. Really great race this year. I love watching it. To me, it's like watching the Super Bowl. And I stayed up till 2 in the morning watching this thing. It was awesome. Manny Ledbeckler, he took the win again 3 years in a row. He's just untouchable right now. Tristan did really good too. He had a bad crash right in the beginning, which kind of held him back. But, you know, Billy had that big crash last year, too, and he also came in second. So maybe you just can't crash. You crash, you're going to get second. some little boulders zigzag through here. This is really a great single track trail coming out. We'll get into some more hard enduro style terrain here. Another little rock face. Yeah, I don't make that mistake this time. I gave it 100% right there. That was for you, Vince. 100%. But yeah, Erzberg, Billy was doing the commentating, and he did such a phenomenal job commentating. He was funny, he was witty, and he had so much inside information that I thought was amazing. You know, the other commentators really, I mean, they had one American guy on there, and he was an idiot. I was like, get him the hell off. He doesn't know what he's even talking about. And I don't know if they have him on there, if he's like contracted in through Red Bull or whatever, but I'm like, this guy does he even ride? I don't know. He just sounded like an idiot on there, whereas, you know, Billy's telling you exactly what the riders are thinking about. You know, I'm like, dang it, this would be awesome if he did this voiceover on his own videos, his own races. But, and then there was another interview he did that just posted on, it's called The Ride Companion on YouTube. And he asked Billy some great questions about hard enduro, super enduro, 2 strokes, 4 strokes, and his opinions on everything. And it was just, you know, awesome to hear what the best in the business has to say about these kind of subjects. And I really enjoy that kind of thing. Oh, no, fallen tree right here. You gotta ride it as it lays, folks. That was a little one, but never underestimate a log. That is a rule. You can, even the smallest little branch can take you out in a heartbeat if you underestimate it. And small rocks, like that one. There went my brake tip right now. For the rest of the ride, my brake tip is just all messed up. So some of these downhills a little bit tricky. Even this zigzagging through the trees, just a little bit tricky as far as braking goes, because I just had the nub basically sticking out, the little tip. I don't do the full teeth tip that you buy anymore. I just use a little piece of angled aluminum and cut that off and screw that on there. I hit them so often. In hard enduro, you're tough on your bike, and some of these parts just add up. They're small, but then you break one every ride, and you're like having to switch it out every ride. So I'm like, all right, instead of spending $40 on a new tip every ride, I can spend about 50 cents and just cut one on a piece of angled aluminum, and usually it works. I mean, it gets me through my rides. So I just bust it off. I'll just cut off another little piece and put it on there, 50 cents. Riding the high line, got that little dropped-in creek to the left right there. It always scares me when there's a creek or rut and you're trying to ride up high. I'm always thinking that my tire is just going to slide right into that rut and I'm going to wipe out over the handlebars. Because I've done that before. I almost broke my wrist one time. I was riding up by Lake Isabella and there's a big rut like that. I was like, I'm going to stay out of it. I rode on the high side and then my front end just washed in there. Went over and just slammed my wrist down on the trail, and I thought it broke. I mean, I couldn't move my hand. Went in and got x-rays, and nothing broke, but gosh, that hurt so bad. Nice little rocky climb. Split the trees. Oh, I thought I was gonna grab my boot right there. Some of those gaps are really tight. There's Cole, right as it lays, going over these logs. Yeah. Love it. All right, looking good, George. Looking good. Cole looking back, seeing if I was gonna do that, but I did. I haven't been, so I got a little track at my house. I got logs and tires and some pipes, and I haven't practiced that in a while, and I really need to get some practice of that. And I try to do those on a Wednesday, because I save the weekends for going out for a big trail ride. But during the week, I haven't done it lately, but because I got a new daughter, I got to take care of those babies, you know. But I need to get some more log practice and tire practice, because those little logs, or that was a pretty big log there. They'll be in Donner, and it'll just get you. You'll be dying trying to get over one stinking log, and then you got 20 more to go through. Man, love that. Just rocky step ups through the trail. This was a good trail, y'all. I like trails that give you obstacles. You know, that's how, like, the lower Rincon is. It just keeps giving you obstacles. It keeps flowing, and lower Rincon's a lot more overgrown, but it just keeps throwing obstacles at you. It's a lot of fun. The other good trail I really liked was Horse Canyon Trail up by Silver Lake. We were gonna ride that this weekend. That was one I told Vince and Cole about. They haven't done it, but it was still snowed in. Now that's a high altitude one, 9,000 feet in some areas. And we flew up there last weekend, Memorial Weekend, just to do a Rincon, and it was still covered in snow. So that was one of the reasons why we came up here to Lake Oroville. And I got to talk my wife into doing a lake day. So we came up a day early, spent a day with our kayaks paddling around in the water, seeing all the other boats out there, skiing, wake surfing. Made me want to get my boat out. Got a tight wood section here. Watch your elbows, folks. These trees will grab you. Then I was having a shift problem today, so my shifter wasn't, from second to third, very tough. I'd have to like bump it down and then bump it back into third. I don't know what that is. Here's a little hill climb. Kind of underestimated it. Didn't come in hot enough, and then I got to left here. My back end slid out on me. I think Vince was calling this marble, but I don't know, decomposed granite, or maybe just decomposed marble. I'm not a geologist, y'all, but we hit it again, second time. There we go. Should have just cut out the first one, just made the second one. You guys, no one would have known. I could cut out all the times I fall, and then I'd look like I'm a pro rider, never falling. Gotta catch up to Cole. I don't want to be the slow rider, you know, in the group. We got a group ride. It sucks being the slow rider. You know, you're always hoping somebody else is the slow rider, but I was the slowest rider today. Oh well, it is what it is. Nice, kind of a steady climb through this gravelly stuff. Just keeping the momentum going, letting the suspension work. Trying not to get stuck in these ruts. Man, at the end of the ride, we're coming back to the truck, and we're just on a service road, and it has this one small little rut in it, and we're, you know, going, just cruising third gear or something like that, fourth gear, and my front tire gets in one of the ruts, and I almost tumble at the end of the day. I was like, oh my God, that was so close. That would have been horrible to end the day with the bloody face. All right, here we got a little granite section, and we're gonna play around here a little bit and just hit some rock faces, hit some fallen logs, and just try to get over some hard obstacles. Because on the race day, hard enduros don't go the easy way. They always find the hardest route to get through something. Here's a big fallen tree. Up and over. Not clean. I still gotta put a foot down. I need to get out of that habit. To me, that's more of a habit than a necessity. I'm just throwing my foot down because I'm doing it. A couple little rocks here. I get high centered on this one. That's about a 2 foot tall little lip there to get over. And I'm trying to practice no run up, where you're just having to zap it from here. Just get your weight back, 5'11" special weight back, throw it forward, stand on the pegs, give it some throttle, nice and easy. It wasn't just a total dump of the throttle there where you're just roosting out, because then you're either gonna loop the bike or it's just gonna dig a hole and you get no traction. So you just need to be feather in the clutch, easy on the throttle, you know, easy in that power delivery. And just let that bike kind of grab its way, rock crawl right over it. Now coming up right up here, I'm gonna get in the classic, my front tire, bad placement. So my front tire's stuck behind that tree, and then my rear tire's just hanging in the air off the rock. And you find yourself in this situation so often, so you gotta rock back to you gotta get that rear tire some traction, so get the bike back enough so that it can grab, and you gotta really pull up front and let that bike get it into a wheelie. You got to get that wheelie going so that it can pop over that obstacle. I don't know if that made sense. Now this log here, once again, kind of try to hit it without any run up. Makes it a little harder. You're going to find yourself in a situation a lot in a hard enduro where you just don't have a run up and you got to get over this obstacle. And what I'm doing wrong here, I'm starting with the tire too high. Here's Cole. He started his front tire a little lower on the log. And then he got his weight up in front of the bike. Nicely done right here. So I'm trying to get my front tire in the perfect spot. My goggles down. I'm getting hot now.
This is the kind of stuff you hit at the hard enduro.
Yeah.
Where you just had to stop and you got one obstacle to go over.
Yep. Yeah, I just said that. Alright, so I got to get that front tire exactly where I need to get it. Too far, going on top. You need it right on that front face. Not too low, but just that perfect spot. Weight back, throw your weight forward, get in front of the bike, drop the clutch. Doesn't work out every time, y'all. It takes a lot of practice. There we go. When you do it right, it works every time. There we go. Cole one more time through. Look at that.
Damn it.
Perfect.
Too good.
He's too good.
You're too good.
I love it. All right, one more time on this rock. But that's a great skill to develop, you guys. If you're riding on a trail and you see a fallen tree somewhere that has a nice, start out small, but definitely get to about tire size high log, and you got to start practicing that no run up where you're just like on the log and you gotta hit it from dead stop. All right, here we go. A little off the beaten path climb up here like you'd get at Silver Kings. Really soft and without any momentum. This is where you'd either going back down or you got to start your zigzags, switchbacks. And so instead of going back down, I'm gonna try to do my side hill zigzagging here, which it's hard, folks. Like, this is tough training. Most of y'all, there's Cole going up his first attempt. You can see how soft it is. Now he's gonna turn around, go back down, hit it again. And I'm, of course, going the hard way up here. But there's gonna be times when you can't turn around and go back down, and you gotta hit these switchbacks. So that's why I'm kind of forcing myself through. This is just torture. I'm putting myself through torture here. That's what I'm doing. All right, here's Cole's second attempt. Comes in more speed. Now his rear tire, I'm telling you, it is as bald as a baby's bottom right there. His knobs barely stick out at all. So hill climbing for him has got to be tough. All right, up and over that fallen tree with those little branches right there. Those branches are like 2 inches wide, but man, they are hard to get over, especially when you're side hill and stuff. So I'll get up here and walk a little bit. And then from here, I'm gonna cut right. Now Vince, he cut right. He went right below me and cut right there, up and over. He's got a, I think a VE33 from IRC. So he's got a little bit more knobs on his tire. So I think in this section, this is what I'm just saying. Hill climbs, the bigger knobs, I do believe help out. I get her around. Gotta weight the outside peg there, weight the outside peg, keep the momentum going. That side hill is such a valuable skill to have. I mean, you can lose so much time. Here's a fallen tree. I don't pop the front end up. You see how hard I hit that front? It just stops me. So I needed to just give a little bit more gas, pull back on the bars, get that, I could have preloaded a little bit, get that front end to pop up, which I didn't, and paid the price. But yeah, that side hill where you weight the outside peg and you're kind of pushing the bike away from you, it feels a little unnatural, but you want to keep that tire, the rear end, from sliding out on you. Because when that rear tire slides out, and then it's so hard, you're pushing the bike up the hill. So now we're just turned around, going back down the hill we just came up right now. You guys can find stuff like this where you ride. This is like Silver King. So if you guys are gonna do Silver Kings, hard enduro, you're gonna have uphill battles through woods like that and downhill. So really, really great training going on right now. Found another really rocky area up the road a little bit more, and I'm gonna do this kind of a hard uphill battle climb, really soft through here. You can't lose your momentum, and you know when you start digging down, you can't over rev the bike, because that, especially in a 450, y'all, it'll just dig a hole in a hurry, and then you won't be going anywhere. Little steep little rock climb right there. Gonna go up and to the left where Cole's going there. It's got another really steep climb to get up. Really steep little rock climb right there. I come in. I know I don't get up enough on the bars. I still make it up, but I guess I did get up a little bit. But I think I need to be a little bit higher on the bike, a little bit more forward on the bike in those steep climbs, and coming in with a little bit more throttle at the beginning. I need to come in with a little bit more speed. Gotta watch out for these little fallen trees right here. Like I said, never underestimate a fallen log. They can get you. Alright, kind of just trailblazing over to the other side here. There's a big granite area to play on, and a couple really steep runs. And then this Donner has stuff like this, so good train right here. Right here, you could play like a game of horse right now, which I guess in bikes you play a game of dirt bike. That's what you'd play. Play a game of hard enduro. Make up your own words. So just play a little bit of follow the leader here, trying to pick different lines, hard lines for everybody. Casing the bike. Nice little rocks step up there. Coming right, it's really steep down this open granite right here, really steep face. Gonna ride down, and then we'll get to the bottom and come back up. And the GoPro flattens everything out, but this is pretty darn steep. And not having that rear brake, it's just, I wish I need to bring an extra tip with me. I don't know why I don't have an extra brake tip. I could have put that on. All right, get to the bottom here. We're gonna side hill over and go up the little lip ledge to the left of that tree right there. Got a little bit of gravel, which is a little bit slippery. The open granite stuff definitely has all the traction. As I say that, I'm not hitting the open granite. Practice what you preach, George. You see the open stuff has traction, yet you're still hitting the gravel. All right, another fallen log here. See if I can get it down first try. Wait back, wait forward, drop the clutch. All controlled. Close, not quite though. Maybe a little bit more gas. All right, this is another tree crossing technique that I saw in one of Jarvis's videos. You come up to an angle, and you're gonna do a little pivot turn, and you need that your peg to catch the log. So you're gonna pivot and catch that peg. That peg acts like a spike. It'll grab that tree, and then you're pushing the bike, and it just carries it right over the log. So pretty easy right there. Hit that pretty good. Down at the bottom, Cole's gonna hit a line straight up that rock face. That's steep right there, folks. That's impressive. I'm gonna have to get that next go at it. So come a little bit lower this time. Don't go right, Georgie. That's a bad drop to the right there. All right, so I'm gonna come down around again, and I'm gonna go up where Cole just went up right there. And it's steep, folks. Hit it hard left up that really steep face on top, and then there's a fallen tree. Up is up. Now Cole pivoted right and went up along the tree right there where Vince's bike is, but I'm gonna go straight up from right here. So I gotta get the back end over. I'm gonna use that tree to slide the back end over a little bit for me. And backing up, I'm getting that rear tire just about to the edge of where it drops down. You gotta know where your rear tire is. Then I'm gonna do a little 511 special, bump it over the log, catch it, still on the bike. It's steep. She tractors right up though. Yeah, look at that, folks. Trixie's in the house, bringing it. All right, here, Cole, he's gonna hit that line again and go straight up like I did. And he doesn't stop. Watch this wheelie. Oh, nice. He got a wheelie right there. Show off. I suck. I can't wheelie. I don't know what it is. I've practiced and practiced wheelies, and I just can't do it. It is just, I think you either do it when you're young or you never learn. It is a skill I can't do. Dropping down a little backside, there's a little nasty creek with a bunch of pine needles through here. These pine needles on top of this granite make it really slick. I gotta go up this far side, all pine needles through here. Gotta get up high as I can. I was gonna go right, doesn't look good. I'm gonna switch back to the left here. Back down, gotta snake up between the rocks, and then I'm gonna look up ahead. I see that granite slab in front of me. I'm like, all right, I gotta get the bike over there. Hugging that rock really tight, don't get kicked out by it. Get up on the face, you got traction. Well done. Watch this gap up here. Cole's gonna jump this gap right there. That's impressive.
Nice.
I didn't try that one, but no, that was pretty good gap. Little ledge going up right there, carried momentum, no big problem. Now right there, see that little lip right there? So that's over the tire. And Cole's gonna hit this. Bam! Oh, I hit hard with that back. But he came in a little bit more speed. I come in a little slower and get the front end up good. But because I just come in a little slower, I can't carry my momentum.
Take a nut shot. We'll move this for this rock here so we can use that little chunk.
Yeah, Vince, he wants to slide that rock over for a kicker.
Move this rock over there and use it.
It's like a 300-pound rock, Vince. Tell you, dirt bike riders, we're not far evolved from a caveman. We love playing with rocks.
Oh, that's a huge gap.
I don't know if that's really doable or not.
Yeah, it looks, I think we'll pass on that one. Yeah, it's a big gap. All right, moving on to this rock climb. Watch Cole. He almost gets to the top. This is very steep. And then he's going to take a nosedive downhill. Now he's safe. Slides into home. He is safe.
You all right?
Yeah. That was not enough momentum home slice.
That was so close.
Yeah, it was so close. You did not hit with enough gusta.
Ah, man, that looked like a hard fall. That's why I wear the heavy-duty gloves I wear. Falls just like that. Now, here's his second go at it. Telling you, folks, this is a pro line right here. And he gets it. Ooh, man. Looking now, I'm like, I should have tried it. If Cole didn't have that Superman slide down the rocks and scare the hell out of me, I probably would have gone for it. But I was like, you know, I don't need to be Superman sliding down the granite rock right now, so I'll pass. Now he's coming back down, gonna hop back on the road and head out for some more single track. Lots of good riding out here. Vince was saying there's probably around 200 miles of single track out here, and I mean, we only hit like around 25 miles today, so there's a lot of good riding out here. I mean, you could spend a whole week out here. A little bit of a far drive, but these guys, man, Vince is lucky he lives where he does. He's got a lot of nice riding in his backyard. That is awesome. A bit of rocky step up right here. I'm going to shift into neutral. Trixie playing games with me. Now, there's something going on with my shifter. She's definitely not supposed to be doing this. She is definitely shifting like an old lady right now. She is not smooth, oiled, well-oiled machine. So I needed maybe take the shift shaft out. Maybe there's a little you know, a little gear that's kind of worn off or something, or I don't know how that all works together inside. I'll have to take a look at it. Which it's gonna be a little bit of a downtime, but which is good right now. Got a little bit of a downtime. Got a couple rides planned, some more practice rides planned already coming up in July, and of course Donner's not until the 10th, so I got some time. I can get Trixie in the operating table and get to work on her a little bit. Nice little rocky climb right there. So we're gonna carry on over the backside of the mountain here. Went quite a ways, and to get some nice hard single track through here. Which I really got to work on my bobbing and weaving skills. I just moving the bike around, just not that good on it. That's what I think of Kyle. Kyle's really quick through the trees. I keep telling him he needs to enter sprint enduros. He would be really top guys, I think, on a sprint enduro. He'd be an A rider already on a sprint enduro because he can bob and weave really quick on his bike. It's real nimble. Picking up some speed here, though. Come on, get it. Get it, Georgie. Looking good. I do a lot of sitting. I was looking at my riding style, Cole and Vince. They were up on their pegs quite a bit more. And, you know, that is one thing. I do a lot of sitting. Now, you got to watch that Billy Bolt interview that he just did. And he talks about standing versus sitting. And he says, you know, he's one of the best in the world, probably number 2 right now in the world, next to Manny Ledbeckler. And he says he does a lot of sitting. So he says, I'm a lazy rider and I do a lot of sitting, and I kind of just smash my biking off, you know, smash it into things and hope for the best. So it made me feel a little bit better when he said that, because I do a lot of sitting too. So even the best of the best sit on their ass just like I do. That's probably why Manny beats him all the time, because he's up on his feet. Billy needs to get some conditioning in him, I think. Well, he's always hurt, you know. Every season he gets hurt, and then that hurts his conditioning, whereas it looks like Manny never gets hurt, so his conditioning is always like 100% all the time. He was making a couple comments on Graham Jarvis through the Erzberg, and there was a couple passes Graham did that was just amazing. I mean, he was in the nastiest rocky terrain, and I forget, it was checkpoint 13, I think it was, something like that. And it was a narrow gap, and the top guys, Wade Young, Johnny Walker, you had Michael Walkner, they were just struggling, and Graham, boom, just passes right on by him, just easily. I mean, I'm sure he's working hard, but it just shows skill be so valuable. Here's a good chunky climb right now. This is where that gummy tire it grabs like you can't believe. Through this granite here, it just does such a good job grabbing. I need to get a little bit more momentum. You can see I'm just going a little bit slow, but she's able to track her up and just keep on grabbing. Get a little bit back. See, my body weight got back. Started pulling a wheelie there, so I had to dump the throttle so I prevented myself from looping out. That's just me. I need to be able to get transfer my weight, you know, forward a little bit quicker. And even as a hill climb, you know, you start sliding back on the bike, you get tired. I need to, you know, not get lazy and keep my body weight forward on the bike so I don't get those loop out situations. Still going uphill, a little bit of a ledge right there. Pop the front end up, and she climbs right on and over that. Another little rock ledge, up and over. I'm trying to hit as many of those as I can. This section, oh man, this part of the trail is so good. Just kind of a nice fast flow, and then a lot of rock obstacles, little dead tree right there. Little drop downs, step ups. This was fun. I like this part of the trail. It's like the horse canyon there, reminding me of that a little bit. We just got a lot of obstacles, a lot of rocks up and downs, bumping you around. Little climbs like that where you got a little bit of a ledge to get over. Oh, it just keeps taking off on me. There he is right there. I guess he's not too far away. Sometimes during the day, his dust would be so bad. On the way back, there was a couple spots. I was trying to stay up close with him just so I can get some footage of him. But the dust, some spots just got so bad, I couldn't see. It was dangerous, you know. It's not a race here. We're just having a trail ride, so I'm not out here to kill myself. Nice little chunky rock climb right here. Yeah, up and over. Now right here, got a little picnic spot. It's up on an overlook. You can have this huge vista of the canyon across the way. So if you brought a sandwich like I did.
Like last weekend, got up to, I think 7,500 feet.
Yeah, that's about the highest that these mountains get, like 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, just talking about elevations there where you ride. Got my rest, got my sandwich. Felt bad for them. I think they just had beef jerky. So my wife made me a special sandwich, turkey and onions. Oh, I just loved it. So good. And they had beef jerky. So you know, sometimes it pays to tell the wife to give you a little treat. Of course, I was dying. They're in a lot better riding shape than I am. So probably beef jerky is all they need. I don't think they were even tired. I think I was at the end. I was starting to cramp at the end of the ride today. My legs were cramping, and I was like, man, I thought I'd be doing better because last week was hard. I did 6 hours. Today's ride, I think we just did about 5 hours of riding, and with some breaks, you know, so not total straight 5 hours, but we had some breaks. But gosh, I'm beat up. You know, one thing I pack and I really like it is my son's applesauce. It's only 60 calories, but it goes down so easy. It's got a little screw cap. You can put like 3 or 4 of them in your pack, and it's, you know, when your mouth is dry and you're hot, having that the wet applesauce, you know, it's sweet. It just tastes great. It's easy to put down too. So right here is going to be a little play area for us. We're gonna try to hit some hard stuff and see who can break each other's bike. Comes Vince, he's gonna hit that little gap right there. That's not much, but.
Yeah.
Alright, so we gotta hit some rock bases. Get some good practice in here. Then we're gonna go down some of the steep stuff and come up. There's a really steep one. We're gonna come up this right now. With almost no run up. Just seeing who can break their bike first, you know. It's gonna have a broken bike award. All right, here goes Vince. He's up. Woo! Vince is riding a beta, I think a 300 beta. Cole's on a 250 Sherco there. Cole's up. They're up now. I gotta go. Come in, carry some speed, up and forward on the bike. That's good. You can see. You can see the number plate. So you know I'm forward on the bike when you see the number plate. That's good. All right, here's a really hard climb right here. It's got a one step up and then a really big one right there where he went up. Woo. And there's a little bit of an overhang. There goes Cole. Hits the first lip, hits that second one. Dang it, they both made it now. I gotta go. You got this first little climb, it flattens out, and then you have a second one right away. First one, and you gotta shoot that gap. And I didn't do that. So now I'm like, can I roll it from here? That's gonna be a tough one to hit. My back end starts sliding. There's a little crack, and my back end slides into that crack, and I'm like, all right, let's knock it off there, go around, and give this another shot from the bottom. They can't just go around, you gotta work for it, Georgie. Yeah. Trixie, she's gotta get her way through this manzanita without cutting a hose. Riding down in Lake Isabella, up the Keysville area, and rode through Manzanita and cut my radiator hose. All right, here's the second attempt. Got the first one, up the second. Oh, so close. Thought I had that, y'all. That should have went up. I don't know why she didn't go up there. Anyways, that was pretty tough. That second step up had a big overhang, and you really had to just hit the throttle a little bit harder, coming in a little bit more momentum. Got up. Now look to the right. Vince tried to get up that big face. See him on the left right there? That is a big wall. And I'm going to go up and down a little bit and then go over there. Cole's going to hit that, and then I'll try to get it as well. And I got to say, I might have won it on this one, folks. Let's see. It's coming up. It's going to come down really steep through the trees here. Love the sound of that crunch. It's like walking on snow. You love that sound of that crunch, crunch, crunch. Gonna come up here, just get a look at this face that we were trying to get up. So Vince almost made it. He got as close as you could to making it up, didn't get it, and slid back down. He fell pretty hard, he said. Luckily, he didn't get hurt. Cole, come taking a look, picking his line. Gonna come in, watch him preload. Just not quite there. Oh man, bad fall. Bikes,
Yeah.
they can take a punishment, can't they? I think it just needed to preload a little bit more, and he would have got out. Meanwhile, I can't even get down right here. So I'm gonna attempt to go up. I go a little bit left, and right when I hit, my front end goes left. But she still climbed on top.
Oh man, that threw me way left.
That did.
You're like
That was
stuck up
interesting
there.
that you did that.
It's like Velcro. How's she stuck there? Like half the bike's hanging off.
There.
Now in a race, I would have just pulled it up, so that would have been up for me. All right, moving on. We got some more carnage to get through, some more practice. Nice battling these rocky climbs, soft shoulders. Following the leader here. Vince gonna go across those rocks there. You got a big drop to the right, so you can see going across that ledge. Now right here where I stopped, I'm in soft stuff, so my back end just starts sliding out on me. And I decided, well, I'll just go back down, make a run up, and get my back end up on some rocks. Now as I'm coming up, I'm starting a little too far back in the bike, and it's squirreling on me because my front end's a little too light, popping a wheelie. Come over, and there's a couple of rocks that are gonna kick my back end right there. See those little rocks on the ground right there? Boom. I roll over that, and my back end just slides right out. That ledge is close. Saver. Now from here, got to pivot left, and I'm gonna go straight up.
Oh. Don't.
I am casing his bike. Come up a little bit. Coming up to the right. That's what I want to do right now. I'm looking up to the right. It's all flat rock. It's very steep though. Get up to that spot. Pivot the right end around. And it is extremely steep right here. And I'm like, I don't want to tip over backwards. So just get off a little bit. Help push the front end over. And I'm going to walk the bike up from here. And watching Erzberg, I'm just thinking about this because Erzberg just happened, and I got to watch a lot of the... Erzberg is like the hardest enduro there is, and the pros struggle so much. So it's nice seeing a section where the pros struggle so much, and then it's televised. So, you know, a lot of hard enduros, you know, they're not televised like how Erzberg is. So you get to see a lot of the battles. Anyways, so they push their bike a lot. If they get in a bad spot where it's risky, they'll end up pushing their bike. So if you get to a spot like that, there's no shame getting off and pushing your bike up. Now it does cost you some energy, but safer is better than broken leg. All right, here we're going uphill battle with the little fallen tree. Got up and over. Donner has this one fallen tree up this rock. You go up this rocky, I don't know what past checkpoint it is, like checkpoint maybe 4. Go up this rocky creek. It's got this dead fallen tree across, and I haven't been able to do it for the last 2 years. But it's very similar to that, and a little bit bigger log. But that was pretty good. It was almost the same situation. Going uphill and have a fallen log ahead of you, and you just gotta gun it, get that front end up a little bit, and carry your momentum over. All right, got a little bit of a battle up there. It's a soft climb up, and then right here you got a little fallen branch. I get over that branch, and then she gets some traction on that rock, and then pops up on me. I had to pull in the clutch quick. And saved it, or she almost looped out right there. Yeah, that was close. Now Cole comes across. Look at his rear tire. You can see when people talk about the squish of your tire. Look how much that digs in there. And I was paying attention to that on Erzberg. And if you watch Manny Lettbeckler's rear tire, it is probably three times softer than that. It ripples. You know how you watch drag racing and the initial start, you see that the sidewall of those big tires and they just twist and ripple? Manny Lettbeckler's tires will do that. He's running Michelin Extreme, and I've run Michelin Extreme too, but my tire wasn't as soft as his. So I gotta go through. I'm definitely running a lot softer than I've done previously. But I'm gonna have to drill it out a little bit different. Watch this little side hill here. My back end, I come in too slow. You know, because you came in like 50% effort there, buddy. If you would have put 100% effort, you would have got up, no problem. But I got to get my moose a little bit softer. Billy talked about that in his interview. God, I'm telling you again, you got to watch it. He has such good information. Just sliding down. Trixie, she likes punishment. Gotta cross over this little ledge. It's really steep drop off to the right, but just cross over the rocks and then drop down right there. But Billy was talking about how soft it is. It feels dangerous. Like it feels, he says most people would call it a flat tire. And mine's almost to that point where it looks flat. Like I need to get it a little bit softer, so when it looks like a flat tire, I think I'll have it right. And then I'll be getting up everything. Yeah. All right, we got to move on, folks. Still got a lot more riding to do. Nice some step downs right there. This is where we came up. So we are going back down the same way we came up a little bit earlier. And then we're gonna move down the road a little bit and hit some more hard stuff. Here we go, nice little climb right here. You can see there's a big cliff on the right here. I mean, we're close to it. It's not like I was in danger of going over, but that was a huge drop off. Trail goes right, get off the trail a little bit. Had to back the truck up there, get back on the trail. So Vince and Cole, they ran out here. They're just a little bit more familiar with where they're going. See, I'm getting lost. I'm like, I don't even know where I'm going. So even though I came up this section already, it still looks brand new to me, and it has a different feel. We were talking about this, me and Vince. You know, usually when you ride, you like to do a loop, so you're not hitting the same stuff twice. But you know, actually, sometimes it's different going back the other way. Whereas if you had an uphill on one obstacle, now you got to go down it. So, you know, it's all right. Now I like doing a loop just because it hit new terrain. This is where we came before, so now we're gonna go left here. We came from the right and then we turned left right here, and now we're gonna keep going straight. But I wish Rincon had a loop to it, because man, going through it once, getting beat up in the face with all the brush, you just don't want to go back through it. But sometimes it just is what it is. I cut out a lot of it, save you guys the headache of watching me trying to go fast through twisties. It's just I suck at it. I'm gonna watch Cole send it off this rock coming up here. Here, look at Cole right there. He's gonna send it. Boom! Big old jump right there. Oh, yeah, kid's fearless. He's like my nephew Case. I think Case was out here. Man, those guys could team up and they'd be killer. Little dusty through here. Watch out for the dust, y'all. When you ride with buddies and you get the dust, you know, you're trying to keep up with them, and sometimes you can miss obstacles. And it happened to me coming back. I missed a little, got really bad dust. You'll see it at the end of the video where it just gets so bad you can't even see nothing. I'm just riding blind and then praying for the best. Coming downhill, got a little flat rock area coming down there. Try to get out of the rut as much as possible, but then I get stuck in the rut. Getting stuck in the rut. You just can't get out of a rut sometimes. Right now we're going back uphill, crossing over. Pretty cool section coming up. As I eat some manzanita right there, you know, gotta feed Trixie. She likes to eat that manzanita. I think I was shooting a snot rocket right there. All right, Vince's lead is gonna get off this trail a little bit. There's a left that he missed, and we go right. And he's been here before, so Vince, why you missed it? So you go left right there. I even looked left. Anyways, through the bush. Then we're gonna get up here. We gotta turn around. Let's see who can make a good pivot turn. All right, Vince, not too bad. Cole making a left here. Come on, Cole, you gotta do better pivots than that. All right, let's see what Georgia can do. Yeah, look at that.
Where's that pivot turn?
Wasn't a 180, but that was good enough. I'm telling you folks, pivot turns, they come in handy so often. Oh, it's so dusty. It's like the camera sees through it, but when I'm looking, it's like I can't see anything. I'm just praying that I'm not gonna hit something on the way down there. Got a little log to jump over here, and then there's a bigger one up ahead that's kick me out, eat some manzanita. Watch Vince do a 180 pivot on the log.
I can't get this one clean ever.
All right, here comes Cole. Let's see a pro do it. Come on, Cole. Show us how it's done.
I wish you could get your foot. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's how it's done, folks. My battery cut out right there, but I got over it, and then I got hung up a little bit. When I went over the other side, my front tire hit a little tiny tree that was growing, and I was like stuck. It took me forever to push it over. All right, this is the Little Kimchu River right here, and we crossed. There was a Jeep road crossing upriver about 100 yards, and it was pretty deep. So we came down here where it's a little bit shallower. Some other riders up here. Yeah. It's nice seeing other riders. All right, got a hill climb. A little bit of a rocky hill climb coming up. Staying on the gas. Yeah, Trixie looking good right there. Right on up. There's a left face I missed. I was gonna go straight, and then I was like, oh, I need to hit that face. Yeah. Of course, Vince goes right up. Gosh dang it, they making me look bad all day. They're just really good riders, and you know, it's a lot of fun riding with riders that have the same kind of mindset as you. They like riding the hard stuff. Cole, you know, he's doing the hard enduro series, and it's fun finding areas, little playground areas here where you can hit different terrain at different angles, hit rocks differently, hit ledges differently, kind of making it so you can find your limit. You know, you want to find the things that are a little out of your box, out of your comfort zone, and kind of force yourself to hit those and use better technique. We're gonna flip around, go right back up. Come on, girl, get around here. All right, let the dust clear out a little bit. Just got a steep little climb right through the crack of the rock there. Coming up here, gonna come up left, swing wide, kind of ride through the valley, come back. It's a good climb. I know it doesn't look like much in the camera, but it's a pretty good climb through there. All right, now back down the hill we go. And we're gonna start making our way back to camp. We got this creek that we crossed on the way up here. I'll show you, had a little struggle on the way back. So here it is. Cole's gonna go through, gets through a little bit of mud. I'm like, all right, doesn't look so bad. Well, there's a big hole with a root. I hit it right there, and I just didn't come in hot enough. My rear tire just down, hanging off. So I gotta back up a little bit. And it was a little bit slippery, but rolled the bike back enough, hit a little bump there, and popped over. All right, nice little climb through here. This is the part where my battery died on the way down, so I just wanted to show you what it looked like. Now we're going up. Cole's ahead of me, making the dust. So we got that fallen log that's at an angle coming up, and we'll have to get over it. So there, Cole is at that log. It's not that bad, it's all chewed up. But we're hitting it low, and you know, it's chewed up, it's big. If this is brand new, a fresh log, I'd try to hit it a little higher. That way, when the back end slides down, it's not sliding you down way off the trail. That's just if you're coming up to like a virgin log that's fallen and no one's made a big rut across it. You know, try to hit it a little bit higher because you know your back end's gonna slide down. Look at all this dust. Can't even see. Now that was pretty good. The GoPro couldn't even see up there, so I just had to wait. Nice uphill battle there, but my tiny little knobs that are still hanging on to the tire. She's climbing though. I wish it just would have got a little bit more drive after that initial start. It came in that hard left and kind of just washed out a little bit and had to restart. Come here, turns right here, and I go left. I'm like, oh, I'm off the line, so then I gotta stop. And there's a pretty good little climb right here, so I'm gonna have almost no run up. So I pivot around here, and I'm gonna rocket forward and back a little bit, just to get a little bit momentum, and then I'm after it. Yeah. I know. Bet she's throwing some dust. Sorry, Vince. Vince is behind me. He's gonna have to wait a little bit. He's gonna have a ton of dust in his face. Damn. Face pump. You know, when you ride, you got dust in your face. You take your helmet off, and your face just looks like a raccoon with all the dirt everywhere. Dirt, mud sticking to your lips. Oh, what are you doing here, George? Looking like an amateur. Got to the right there, and I started losing a little bit of traction, so pulled in the clutch. But got her back going again. Yeah, I didn't have to make another pass. Ruts they're kind of deep, but she got traction. Now, coming up here, it's another really dusty area, and I don't wait. I'm like trying to get Cole. You can see him right up there on top of the screen. He gets through, but there's so much dust right here, I can't see anything, and there's a big hidden rock ledge. And I hit this rock ledge right on the right side there.
Dust got me that one.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. If I would have been left, I would have, even though I couldn't see the rocks, I would have gone up, but you can see that right rock right on the right side. Just hit that real hard. Anyways, went back down, had to make another stab at it. There it is. I got her, folks. Blaming the dust on that one. Speaking of dust, we got more dust going up the little luge run right here. And the dust and the way the sun's shining through the trees there, it makes it really hard to see. There's a little rock ledge right here. I was able to get up and over that, a couple roots. Just watch out for the dust, y'all. It's hard to see through sometimes. The camera sees right through it. Now we come up here, and there's just another little play area. It has this real big lip. Cole sends it off a big jump. I'm like, all right, we got stuff like this in Avenel I've hit. And that's almost straight up in the air. That reminds me of that one in Avenel. I got that. I have never hit it. It is just the biggest vertical jump I've ever seen. I'd like to see someone hit that. All right, here goes Vince. Nice. It's steep. Even Vince goes down. I mean, it's like a cliff going off of there. Anyways, goes right off. Here's Cole. He's going to get a little bit more air this time. Watch that. Yeah. All right, watch my front tire get stuck in this rut on this service road. I mean, I almost I almost bit the dust right there. That would have been a bad fall because we're going fast. And dang, service roads are scarier than the trail. All right, now we came through this way, hitting the logs again. Oh, not so clean. So I put my feet down. Gotta keep your feet up, Georgie. Why do you keep putting your feet down? It's like a habit. I just keep putting my feet down. All right, we're making our way back to the truck. I lose the trail a little bit. There was a hard left right there. Tried to make a little 180. So we did this on the way up. And of course, Vince Cole done this several times. For me, my first time, so hitting it the opposite direction. I mean, it feels like a brand new trail, so I didn't mind it too much. Nice little steep face right here. There's gonna be several of those at Donner. Just really steep face rocks. And if you watched the last Donner video, I struggled quite a bit. So getting some good practice here. I think I'm gonna do much better this year on them. Just coming in not so hot, but then really getting up forward on the bike and giving it some throttle and letting the bike just crawl up that face. All right, at this point in the ride, I'm getting pretty fatigued. My cramps coming in on my thighs and my hip flexors because I've been sitting a lot in those deep ruts. I got to pick up my legs, and it's made my hip flexor real tender. I need to stand more. I can't ride like Billy Bolt sitting all the time. I need to be standing up, stretch these legs out. Nah, what it is when you're the slow one in the group, you don't get any rest time. See, Cole's up there taking a break. I come up, we're right off again. I don't get no rest breaks. All right, Dusty, learned my lesson. I'm gonna let the dust clear out a little bit, so I'm not riding blind and gonna hit something I don't see. But going up, got some roots. Roots and ruts, they go together. If you got some ruts, you're gonna have some roots. If you have roots, you're probably in a rut. All right, we got some riders coming head on. And they're getting a late start. One of the guys said he forgot his helmet. And I feel his pain because I've done that. I forgot my helmet, I forgot my boots. And even today, I forgot my little Under Armour I wear under my jersey. And I've forgotten gas before. I'm just waiting for the day when I show up to ride and I look in the bed of the truck and there's no bike. I'll just have forgotten my whole bike. Anyways, folks, we're coming up to the end here, and I just want to give a plug in. So I've opened up a little website that just has some shirts that I've designed and some other apparel like that, just some kind of dumb stuff that I've come up with. All the slogans and sayings that I say when I ride, and it just makes me laugh. I have a lot of fun. I love designing this kind of stuff. I love doing the graphics of it, and I like quality material, the quality shirts and all that. So I make something that I'd want to wear. You know, sometimes you get cheap shirts and stuff like that, and you know, I don't want to wear it. You know, it's dumb. But anyway, oh, look at that big old rut right there. So if you go to hardcoreenduro.com and use the password hardcore, get in the site and you can look around. Don't have a lot, and I keep adding stuff all the time. Some things I add and then I take it down because I'm like, hey, you know what, that's kind of dumb. I'll take it down. But just trying to be lighthearted about hard enduro and have a good time with the riding. You know, I love dirt bike riding, love trail riding, I love racing. So I'm just trying to get everything I love out there, and if I like buying this stuff, like I'm buying my own shirts, I enjoy it. So anyways, bring this video to a close, and until the next one comes out, you know what to do. Get out, ride, and get some. Ew!